Hi, hello, this is Jules the Human here, and welcome to Gaming Gone Weird, a show all about the interesting, funny, but weird, but very real news that is going on in the gaming world. I'm one of your hosts, Jules the Human, and this week we are going to be talking about and giving you an insight in our thoughts on the Game Awards nominees, because the Game Awards is coming up this coming Thursday, and there's like 31 categories, so we want to give our opinion, and we would love to hear your opinion as well in the live chat, in the comments if you're watching this later. Leave a like on this YouTube video. But every Saturday at this time, I do not do this show alone. I have a wonderful co-host who is Cresta Starr. Cresta, looking beautiful today. How are you doing?
Hi. First of all, I've
Hi.
said it offline. I'm going to say it online. Everybody love Jules' haircut. Yes.
Yay! I chopped it all off.
I am doing okay. Earlier today, I was on True Hill Heat podcast,
Oh
and
yeah.
I have been all over, and I'm here to talk weird games with you every Saturday and with you in chat. We love Jules the Human. We love Cresta Starr. We love weird games.
We love being weird and going off the rails, and hopefully this will not be any different. But if you would like to support the show and get your comment or question read on the show, you can submit a super chat. Super chats are in the or in the little. There's a little money sign somewhere. I don't know. It's in the chat. It's somewhere there. Just hit one of those, any of those, and get your comment read on the show. Or you can do it through our KYN chats as well. KYNchat.com is another way you can do it. Just kynchat.com. In the description of this video right now, there is a place to do it. Click it and then submit, and then you will read it and all that stuff. We'll get your comment and stuff. But thank you everybody for being here. Hello. Oh, look at all the love in the live chat right now. But
Your haircut is oozy. That's
thank
what
you.
it
Oh, it's
is.
oozy. I didn't even put that on Twitter. God dang.
Your
Okay.
haircut got you out here looking oozy.
Yeah. And apparently 22 to
Yeah,
Cresta.
he looks young. He looks young. He, like myself, is just under 9,000 years old. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to blow
That's
up your
fine. You
spot.
lump me in there with you for sure. It's my birthday on Tuesday, so it's going
9,001.
down. 9,001 on Tuesday. But we have a lot to get into, a ton of stuff we got to go down. But we always start off the show with the question of the day. So, Cresta, what is the question of the day?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your question of the day is, during the very first Game Awards, what game won Game of the Year? Bayonetta 2, Dark Souls 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. I'll say that again, the whole thing, so we all get it on and popping. During the very first Game Awards, what game won Game of the Year? Bayonetta 2, Dark Souls 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. Type your answers in now if you're here with us live. If you're watching this later on YouTube, pause the video. No cheating allowed. Type your answer and then unpause the video, and we'll see you at the end with the answer. Blue?
It's kind of weird because all of these games still have something to do here right now in
Yeah.
2022. The first Game Awards was held in 2014, and when I read down this list, I was like, "Oh, there's a new Bayonetta. Dark Souls is alive and well, the whole community thing. Dragon Age, I think, is coming out with more stuff. Hearthstone, huge community going
True. And
on
they have
still."
like tournaments and everything.
Still happening. So like all these games, it was kind of a flashback, just like, oh yeah, like these are still amazing. So get your whatever you think it is, whatever you think won game of the year, type down in the chat below right now. But first, before we go into all of the Game Awards stuff, we have some news and some weird news as well, but some pretty cool news. World of Warcraft has a new expansion called Dragonflight that released on November 28th. There's a new playable class. Let me see if I can get you a look at here. New playable class, Strakthir Evoker, that can choose to either be Alliance or Horde, making this new class non-faction restricted. Also, new continent, talent trees, and HUD. So I don't know what any of this means, Cresta. I need you to decipher it. And what is this about? Why should old WoW players that maybe fell off get back into it for this? Maybe not you. Maybe you won't. But like, what would entice people to get back into World of Warcraft?
So I still have a lot of friends that play, and people have been playing this expansion non-stop. So let's break down what you said. So they're not faction restricted. So typically in World of Warcraft, you've got the Horde and the Alliance. And if you play a human, a night elf, a dwarf, you're an alliance. If you play an undead, a troll, or an orc, you're a horde. Think of it like gang members. This is my gang. This is your gang. We don't mix streams. Besides the Pandarians, this is the only other class or race of people that you can choose to either be horde or alliance, which is really cool because sometimes if you want to play, let's say I wanted to play a blood elf, but all my friends are alliance, blood elf is exclusive to the horde. It kind of sucks because it's like now either they have to roll horde or I have to roll alliance and not play what I want. So if you want to try the new character, the invoker, you're more than welcome to play with your undead homies or play with your night elf homies. What was the next thing? They have a new continent. So when World of Warcraft back in the old day, you had Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms. As the expansions go on and level cap increases, you have different continents all over. So I think they added Northern, they added Outland, they added all these things. So there's a brand new continent. So there's more places for new players and old players to discover and explore. And the new talent trees and HUD. So like a HUD is like where you press your buttons and you see your buttons and all that stuff. And talent trees is to make your character stronger.
I saw in that video they announced it, right? And they had like some big talent trees and stuff. And I was like, did WoW not have that? I thought they already had something like that. No?
They had talent trees, but the talent trees have been revamped, changed over time. Sometimes they've consolidated it. So there's always been talent trees. Like I played a rogue, so I've done combat, but specialized. Like there's 3 trees in rogue. So combat, subtlety, and mutilation. There we go. So you can spec into different things. So like if I was combat, I could be combat fists. So I specialize in fist weapons. Or combat daggers, where I specialize in daggers, or combat swords. That's an old talent tree. They changed it now where you would pick like a class. You could be an outlander. You could be something. I don't know. I stopped playing a long time ago. Please don't flame me in the comments. But yeah, like there's it's a way to make the game more exciting for people, which I think is great. Plus the dragon lady you showed at the beginning of that trailer, that's Alistraza. She's the queen of the dragons. She's always been that girl. So in being able to play Dragonflight, if you've played before, it calls back to a lot of those memories. Nostalgia sells.
And I want to be one of these little dragon guys.
I'm not going to hold you. The blue one in the back, I feel like I'd be a menace.
Yeah, that looks so cool. And you mentioned the panda race, right? Like that was like a Pandarians. That was a huge thing. I remember that happened a while ago now.
Yeah.
When that came out, but I remember at the time I was like, "Yo, this is cool." I wasn't even into WoW, but even I knew about it. I was like, "Yo, you could be a panda." I was like, "That's cool." So now this is gonna be. I mean, for us laymen that don't play, I'm like, "Yo, that's cool. I want to be a dragon." So
yeah,
Cresta, should I lose my life to WoW? I'm ready to give my life to something. Except for now, it was manga.
I can't tell you yes because I am a former WoW addict, so I can't tell you yes with good conscience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because once you go down that rabbit hole, you can beat the content that you came to beat. Okay, and then what? Now you want to go back and do old content, and now you're down a rabbit hole, and now you got to get a tune. Now you got to do this. And next time I see you, you're gonna be like, Cresta, what did you do to me?
I'm not gonna be showing up because I'm like, oh, I got to raid. I'm still raiding right now. Oh,
we'll be on the day like, Jules, did you see anything? Yeah.
What about the news? Yeah. Hold on. I'm doing this right. What are your thoughts about this new World of Warcraft expansion? Are you gonna check it out? It looks pretty cool to me, but I don't know anything. I don't know. Do you want to be a dragon? Let us know. Send us a super chat or a KYN chat, kynchat.com. The link is in the description of this video. So Cresta, it may be a little different for you. I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan of kids, but if you're having a kid, you would think it would be important, right? You would think if you're in the process of somebody's pregnant or anything, like you would think that's a big deal, right?
I mean, I would too. You have the baby shower, you got the family coming over, you buy the little bassinet, little baby booties.
Yeah, all the stuff that comes with a baby, bringing a life into the world. But there was a guy that went viral on TikTok because he's playing Call of Duty while his wife or girlfriend is giving birth to their child. I'm going to play it here for a little bit. She's there in the bed and bro, he's grinding out skins. Come on. Getting those snipes in.
I mean, okay. What is he gonna do? He can't push the baby out. I mean,
okay.
Is it right? But like, if she's over there dying, or she's morphined up, if you will, or I think an epidural, I don't know. I too am not interested in children.
Sure, we don't know the whole
but
thing that's
like,
going on there,
what can
but
he do? He can't tell her, like, he can't push the lump down. Like, what can he do?
I know, okay, I'm not physically capable of having a kid, but I know if I'm there and I'm like in pain and like hour 5 and I see somebody over there playing video games and I'm doing this, I know I would be mad. So
you
I
want
don't
the
know.
sticks? You want the controllers out? But like, what can you do in that situation? Like, I'm mad, I'm in pain. Okay, you want to play?
Yeah, I brought an extra controller. We can do 2-player. I don't know.
I prepared for this. I even put extra grips on it so you don't break it.
Or the first thing that your kid like holds on to when they come out is a controller. So gamer for life.
You got to start them early. You got to
Start them early. Wow. I don't know.
Mean, again, what can he do there? What can he realistically do
there? I didn't think about that, but I know from the opposite. I like how you took his perspective, but I'm taking her perspective.
I mean, I get it, but like,
yeah. It's like, you good? Yeah.
Listen, if you feel some type of way, I got an extra controller. You want the sticks? I got you.
I could change games. I mean, I can put God of War on. Yo, if you play God of War, yeah, Smash, yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of opinions. It was just really funny. Something weird that went viral on TikTok. I don't know. What do you think he should have done? Do you think he should have got a controller for her, or do you think he should help out in some way? Let us know. Send us a super chat, KYN chats. Let us know your comments down below. But this one's also weird. We got some weird ones. Before we get, this is the last one before we get into the Game Awards stuff. But Microsoft, makes Xbox stuff, a bunch of Xbox controllers, Xbox games, all that stuff. Well, for the holidays and for that special somebody that's an Xbox gamer, they have a new accessory for your Xbox controllers, and they are selling mini mini hoodies for your controller.
That's funny.
In case your Xbox controller gets cold, you can put a little hoodie on it. And this was, as far as I can tell, it seems real. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy one. I don't. Maybe I can get one for my dad. Oh, that'd be cool.
Some child is gonna put some small pet inside of that hoodie. Some poor gerbil is about to be swagged out on TikTok. Some poor kitten, some little baby pug is gonna look at the camera like, why did you do this? So I think they're cute, but I'm telling you, if I was a kid, when I was a kid, all those millennia ago, I would have done that. I have a baby kitten, a little tiny kitten. Oh, it's cold. You're an Xbox kitten now.
You're branded by Microsoft now, kitty. But like, what is when you're in the room pitching this, like, where was your head at? Like, that's what I thought of. Like, somebody had to approve of this. Many people had to approve of this. And they're like, you know what? We've been thinking. We've been around forever. We've already sold everything.
They did sell a refrigerator.
Yeah. They're thinking outside the box, at least. I think my uncle has one of those fridges. Normal fridge, but it's Xbox. It looks like an Xbox. But now you can have a little hoodie for your controller just in time for the holidays. You can purchase it. And
you know what? I think we're not giving them enough credit. Holidays, it's innovative. Family comes together, and some families like to play video games. And I know, for one, when I'm playing with my family, I get real competitive and my hands get sweaty. I could throw a little sweater on the little thing. It'll soak up the sweat.
They can't move the sticks, though.
Unzip.
Oh, that's why that has the zipper. Yeah, I missed the zipper. There you go. You're right. Yeah.
I know my hands are sweaty. I know my hands get real sweaty. Knees weak, mom spaghetti.
What's the hood for, though?
Swag.
Put some snacks?
Snacks?
Yeah, but you're like, they're gaming, and then you just like have a hoodie full of M&Ms, and then you're just like there.
Honestly, just like this, like.
Yeah, and then just
Big D-Gen hours.
What do y'all think about these mini hoodies for your Xbox controllers that Microsoft is selling? Are you going to buy one? Can I have one? Can you buy Cresta one? Let us know. Send us a super chat or a KYN chat to get your comments and thoughts read on the show. Okay, enough news. We're here to talk about the Game Awards that are coming up on December 8th, this coming Thursday. And we're going to read off some of the, or all of the categories. Well, most of them we're going to care about. Some of them I don't personally care about. So I'm fine with like not talking a whole lot because I don't know everything about everything on this list.
So I got you for almost everything. There's some things I'm like, I have no knowledge. So I'm not even going to pretend. But the things that I have some knowledge, I'm going to pretend like I'm an expert.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I do every day. But so let's go down the categories and the nominees and give our thoughts and probably predict. And we would love you to interact with us and give your thoughts if you're live here. Give your thoughts and let us know what you're really rooting for. Again, you can go to thegameawards.com and get your official vote in. Any votes here are not counted. They're counted in our hearts, but not for them actually winning. So thegameawards.com is how you can vote. You just sign in and you can vote for whatever you want. But game of the year, they start you off with the first.
I feel like we should end on that one.
Okay, do you want to go from the bottom up? We can go from the bottom up.
Hey, you know what? That's a good idea. But even on the site, they were like, you know what? This is how we started off Game of the Year. I'm like, but y'all end the show with Game of the Year. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go. Some of the bottom ones are the ones I don't know much about. So
I got you. Pin pan.
So starting from the bottom, best esports event. Evo 2022 League of Legends World Championship, PGL Major Antwerp 2022, or there's 5. Okay. Oh, there's 5. Oh, Jesus. The 2022 Mid-Season Invitational or the Valorant Champions 2022. For me, I feel it's like League of Legends is always pretty big, or the Valorant Champions is pretty big. The Valorant Cup looks insane all the time. Like the championship, actually, it's done really well. I'm always super impressed with the Valorant casting, with the way it's all set up. It doesn't seem just thrown together. I'm really impressed with how it's done, and it's up there for me with League of Legends. So I think those two are what I'm going to be predicting to win, maybe, or hopefully win. But what are your thoughts on these?
I think Riot also owns Valorant, so that makes sense. That makes sense. Personally, I always love the hype around Evo 2020. I mean, any Evo championship, I should say. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to League of Legends. They had Little Nas X. Come on now.
I forgot about that. They did.
That man had a whole song before. Come on now. Like, League of Legends really puts out for their championships. I gotta give it to League of Legends there.
I mean, they've been doing it for how long? They've been doing that stuff forever.
Like League maybe 6, 7, 8 years? Because I know they're like 10, 11 years old now, but they didn't always have a Worlds for like the first 2 years or something like that.
Got you. Yeah, what I love was the Little Nas X stuff, but also like the marketing with him. He did it really well. We've even mentioned it on the show before, but it's just like it just made it super unique. So yeah, okay. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. 22.
This year was a lot. So.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, even right now. 2022 League of Legends World Championship. Yeah, I'll go with you on that. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing too. I'm not familiar with PGL or Valorant in general, but if Valorant's owned by Riot and League of Legends is their firstborn son, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not shitting on Valorant by any means. I'm just not. I'm not familiar with it.
Sure. Best esports coach.
I don't know any of these people.
That's true. Me too. Blade. I'll read them by their handles. Blade, Natus Vincere, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This is hard too. What the Bizka, who is the coach for Loud in Valorant. Doom Bros, who is the coach for FPX Valorant. Roban, who is the coach for FaZe Clan in Counter-Strike. Score, who is the coach for Gen.G in League of Legends.
I hope they all win.
I hope they do well. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not the biggest esports guy.
I like esports, but not like that. Not like
Yeah,
keeping stats and numbers and all that stuff. So
it's kind of wild that they have so many esports categories in the Game Awards, but then it's not. I don't know. That's
I
cool.
mean, people, while we are not that invested, if we just go back to the best esports event, look at how many people showed up for Valorant, Evo,
Sure.
and just League of Legends alone. I do remember the mid-season invitational, and there was still a lot of people there. Us just emerging from the pandemic. So if you follow it like a lot of people do, you know these guys, you know these teams like that. I am a buster. I'm one of those World Cup fans. I show up for the major
You're
tournaments, and that's it.
you're
I'm a buster.
USA at the World Cup where we're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and if my team
let's
get knocked out,
go.
who are you rooting for? I'm rooting for that
Yeah.
guy now. Yeah.
So all of those, I hope y'all do well. Best esports team: Dark Zero Esports and Apex Legends, FaZe Clan for Counter-Strike, Gen G for League of Legends, LA Thieves Call of Duty, and Loud for Valorant.
All I play is League of Legends. Gen G.
Sure, then Gen G, sure. LA Thieves, I know some of them. They're fairly, they changed over to be a part of 100 Thieves and stuff. They're doing okay. They're still not the winningest team. I don't know. I don't have any affiliation with anybody. I just don't like FaZe Clan, to be honest. That's my bias. A
He
lot
didn't
of
like
those,
anybody but FaZe Clan.
yeah, honestly, a lot of those creators are just kind of not great dudes, and it's like,
You're
okay,
not a nice
well,
girl, Mimi, and we
yeah.
see you.
Yeah. Best esports athlete, another one. Not too familiar with all these people. Chavi for Genji in League of Legends, Faker from T1 in League of Legends, Kerrigan, who is part of FaZe Clan, Counter-Strike, Simple, who is from Nada Sincere in Counter-Strike, and Ye, who is a part of Cloud9 in Valorant.
The only person I know whose career I follow is Faker.
Okay.
I always enjoy Faker. Faker innovates the middle lane in League of Legends like nobody's business. And you can't ban him out because he plays everything, damn near everything. And even if he plays something as a joke, he's probably better than most people who play it for serious. That man, he's a legend. He's a legend. He's a legend. I think T1 lost this year, the World Championships, and people were saying that Faker was going to retire, but I don't think that's going to happen now, because the last time Faker lost at the World Championships, he cried, but then he came back that next year and was a monster.
Sheesh.
So the reign of terror, like Randy Orton, Triple H, he's about to come back even better, stronger, faster.
All right, that's where we're putting our vote here. But okay, let's go into best esports game. This is difficult, and I think we might have some problems here. Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Dota 2, League of Legends, Rocket League, or Valorant. As far as games go, I really hate the look. I have a bias because I like pretty games, and I want my games to be pretty. And I know Counter-Strike has been a staple in competitive gaming and just gaming in general, but it looks like crap. And it looks so ugly. Dude, don't even tell me that the sand looks pretty. Valorant looks gorgeous. Valorant is a pretty much rip off with abilities of Counter-Strike. It looks gorgeous. I'm going to play that, but I can't deny that Counter-Strike has their shit together because they've been around for so long and they've done their stuff. So I'll either say Counter-Strike or League for best esports game.
So our opinions only differ in the sense of, I like esports, but if you are someone who's a casual and you've never played League of Legends, you are not going to be able to follow that game at all.
I never did.
And this is someone who likes League of Legends. I think if you know, and it can be fun, but I don't think it's an accessible for everyone type of esports game. Now, I'm going to have to say Counter-Strike for the reasons you listed. It has its stuff together. A lot of people understand first-person shooters. And while Valorant can look pretty, if you don't understand how drops work or like using your ultimate abilities or your special abilities really work, and you're a super casual and you're just getting it like America in the World Cup and you're just getting into it, you're not really going to be able to follow that one. I would say for the most accessibility, easy to understand. And that's how, if someone's watching it for the first time and they see that, I can do that. It's how you sucker them in. I got to say Counter-Strike. And I love League of Legends. I think Valorant and League of Legends put on a better esports event than Counter-Strike, but Counter-Strike overall is a better game to watch because you can understand it. Because if they had a fighting game, that's what I would say, because you understand that. Beat this person up till they don't move no more.
Two people fighting, they have health bars.
Exactly.
Well, along that same line of thinking, well, I would bring Rocket League up to you. Rocket League's three little cars. It's soccer, but with cars and stuff. But I think where Rocket League does well on the accessibility part, I don't think they do well with their actual events. Not as good as the other ones, I don't think. And it's not as high profile. Like, it's super easy to pick up. I'm sure people understand what it is, what's going on. But as far as, like, I don't know, people just don't, the mainstream don't grasp it as openly as some of the other ones.
Some people have even called it a kid game, like along the lines of Minecraft and whatnot. And it can be competitive, but sometimes when people automatically assume it's a kid game, they don't want to play it. Pokemon Unite is a firm example of that. I like Pokemon Unite, but facts are facts.
Yeah. Let us know your best, what you would pick for best esports game. Counter-Strike, Dota, League of Legends, Rocket League, or Valorant. That was a pretty big one. Most anticipated video game that should be coming out in the future. We have Final Fantasy 16 by Square Enix, Hogwarts Legacy by Warner Brothers, Resident Evil 4, the remake by Capcom, Starfield, Bethesda Game Studios, or Legend of Zelda Tears. Did we find out if it was Tears or Tears?
It's Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom, like sad. Tears of the Kingdom. Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4 remake, Starfield, or The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I've got to say, most anticipated. I love Final Fantasy 14. I know that one's more global. Resident Evil 4, I'm personally the most excited about that remake. Starfield, I know they've put in a lot of work, that company. But Legend of Zelda after Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's only one winner here. No offense to other things, but Tears of the Kingdom, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Breath of the after this is the sequel, if y'all don't know, to Breath of the Wild. They didn't call it Breath of the Wild 2 as a lot of people thought of, but there is like a short little trailer that they released, and it's called Tears. You want to see
Tears for fairs.
Tears of the sadness of the kingdom there. But I think that one, just after having such a stellar game and all the hype, and for it being what it was and so good, and really testing the limits of the Nintendo Switch and pushing it and being such another great Zelda game in its lineage, I think this one's the most anticipated. I don't know.
I have to agree. Breath of the Wild absolutely blew everyone away when it came out. It was an open world. Yes, it was open world, but you had things to do, and it was really accessible if you wanted to just go fly around. It was a great game. So when we heard about this one before, people were like, go. And I think the only one that comes close, and if first place is up here, second place is down here. And I want to say that's Starfield. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're not doing anything with Elden Ring until they finish up with Starfield. People are like, okay, hurry up.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it going. Yeah, all of these are really good though. Most of them. Starfield, I didn't know about until recently.
Same.
I didn't hear about it, and then they were just like, "Yeah, we've been working on this one for a while, like for a long time." I was like, "Oh, okay."
We did an episode earlier where we were talking about Bethesda and Elder Scrolls, and in looking at Bethesda's site and all the things. And also on Reddit, everyone is saying that they're not doing anything else with another Elder Scrolls until they finish Starfield, and they've been working on Starfield. So I'm like, this game is probably going to be the tits McGee. I have full faith in it. But people right now are on their Elden Ring crack, and they're like, hurry up. I need that.
Best adaptation. Well, we have quite a few here. Best adaptation from a video game. Arcane, League of Legends by Riot Games and Netflix, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, who is Studio Trigger, CD Projekt Red, and Netflix, The Cuphead Show by Studio MDHR, King Feature Syndicate, and Netflix, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sega Paramount Pictures, or Uncharted with the PlayStation Productions or Sony Pictures. Which ones did you see, or did you hear the most about that kind of stick out to you here?
To quote Judge Judy, I've seen exactly the hero of any of these. Wrestling and RuPaul's Drag Race has got a
Sure.
grip on me. Everyone I know who has watched Arcane has maybe people said that the use of Imagine Dragons was repetitive, but everyone has like they love Arcane. Okay, cool. I didn't even know there was a Cuphead show, and I love Cuphead. I would absolutely watch a Cuphead show. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, that was the one with Jim Carrey. People did like that one. I don't know. I
And
want to say it.
Knuckles.
I want to say it is Arcane because even now people are like, "Where's there a season 2? Where's this person coming to League of Legends?" And Riot's had a really good year. Riot's had an amazing year. So I probably give it to Arcane. I've never seen it. If it wins, great. If somebody else wins, also great.
That time when Arcane came out, right after that, there was a character in Arcane that was not in League of Legends that people were like, we want to see this person, but he actually came to Teamfight Tactics as like an exclusive only in Teamfight Tactics. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I had played it at the time. Man, this one's difficult for me. I've seen everything but the Cuphead show. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is good, not great. I don't think Uncharted is not good. And it really comes down to, honestly, the misery is right. Honestly, up until like 2 weeks ago or so, I would have been like all in on Arcane, League of Legends, love Arcane. It was so good. It got me to play it, and I loved the story of it. Cyberpunk Edge Runners, though, that's close. Really close second. Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I did not think I was going to like it as much as I did. The animation is gorgeous, and the story is really interesting, and the world building is really awesome. For somebody that I didn't play any Cyberpunk, and then I watched it, and then I started playing the game, and then I was like, oh, this is really cool. So I think, honestly, they just have really good stories. So Arcane or Cyberpunk Edge Runners, leaning towards Arcane, I think, just because.
I think it'll be Arcane too. With everything and all the good press it got, I really think it'll be Arcane as well.
Everybody would not stop talking about it. Best debut indie game. We have Neon White by Annapurna Interactive, Norco, Geography of Robots and Raw Fury, Stray, Blue 12 Studio, Annapurna Interactive, Tunic by Tunic Team and Finji, and Vampire Survivors by Ponko. Any of these kind of stick out to you for their best debut indie game?
I like Tunic. I think Tunic is such a sweet game.
So cute.
But Stray is going to steamroll this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, and Stray is an amazing, beautiful game. And it hurts my heart because Tunic is such a pretty game. It's so simple and sweet. I mean, nothing against any other game, but Stray is up there with Game of the Year.
Yeah. I said this when I voted. I was like, this one, I think Stray is a shoo-in for. Whereas the other categories, because it's in a bunch of other categories, we're going to get to it, but those Stray is fighting uphill for, and it'll be a steal if they get those other ones. But I think for now, I think this is
the one guaranteed win.
Guarantee win. I think Stray's got it. I'm just really happy that Vampire Survivors and Neon White got like a nod.
And same to Tunic for me.
Yeah, they were like all these games are just so like interesting first games. They're sort of pushing outside the box of what gaming can be and really expressing different ways to make a game enjoyable. And I think though, like, this category is really cool because it's full of that. It's just full of weird games that are just fun, and people really took to them. So I think both of us, me and Cresta, are going Stray on this one.
Meow, baby.
He's on our thumbnail. Content creator of the year, Carl Jacobs, Ludwig, Nebellion, No Brew, or Cutie Cinderella.
Jules the Human.
Oh, one nomination. Thank you so much. I choose Cresta Starr.
Period. Shut it down. The award show is over. I don't know any of these people.
Okay.
And I feel bad because I'm a content creator myself, but I'd be so in my own lane. The only one I kind of recognize is Ludwig, but I don't know where I recognize him from. So my vote is for Jules the Human. Final answer, lock in those lyrics.
Sure. Yeah, Ludwig's good. He makes a lot of good content. I think that's who I would vote for too. Cutie Cinderella, they are together, Ludwig and Cutie, and she does like a lot of
Aw.
events.
Mm-hmm.
And she just yesterday I saw she was doing like a Christmas event where she has just a bunch of content creators come over into a big like music hall and they just like sing karaoke Christmas music and they were doing a bunch of stuff. So like she
That's
always puts on
cute.
really cool events with a lot of different people. I think the other ones are just kind of like I know Carl Jacobs is kind of a Minecrafter. I could be wrong. But the other ones are just kind of content creators. But I think Ludwig for sure. If anything, it's
I'm
Ludwig.
surprised Dream isn't on there, or is Dream last year?
That's true. I mean, just content creator of the year.
I feel like Dream should be on here. It was a
Yeah.
big deal, even before he showed his face, and then after, as the internet was like,
I
"Show
mean,
your face," and then they roasted him after they did that.
he does get the most views. He gets more views than all of these probably combined.
So again, I'm surprised he's not on here.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why he wouldn't be. I think Carl Jacobs was on like close to that circle of Minecraft YouTubers, but I don't know. Ludwig for us, locking it in. We should got a buzzer. Best best multiplayer game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which is the newest one, Infinity War and Activision. Multiverses by Player First Games and WB Games. Overwatch 2 by Blizzard. Splatoon 3 by Nintendo. Or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge by Tribute Games Dotemu. I was thoroughly impressed about Multiverses. I played it and it was a lot of fun. I don't currently play it anymore. I'm not the biggest fan of a fighting game, but for a while it was a lot of fun. And Multiverses was beautiful. It had all the characters you know and love, and there was like really low latency. I was really impressed because it played well and it played sort of like a Smash Bros. And I was like, oh, this is really nice. But I do think it's gonna go to Call of Duty. I don't know. I see a lot of Call of Duty Twitter that's complaining about this game, but they know they're gonna buy the next one, and I'm just like. But also, I don't know. Overwatch 2 had a really good year as well. What do you think?
I am going to start with the one I absolutely love, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I will say, after you've beaten the game with everybody, there's nothing left to do. There's no challenges. There's no extra boards, and it's not being updated. After you beat it with all the characters, what are you doing? You know?
Huh. Okay.
But I do enjoy that one out of all of these. I'm going to say that it's going to be Overwatch. Even though people complain about Overwatch, much like Call of Duty, people will still play Overwatch. It would have been Multiverses for me, but much like you said, everyone I know who was hyped to play Multiverses now does not play it at all. And it's like, I don't know if it's a lack of finding people to play or no one has the game or whatever it is, but everyone loves it, but no one's playing it. And it kind of sucks. So I think it's going to end up going to Overwatch, because I did see the Call of Duty complaints online. So it's probably going to go to Overwatch.
Probably Overwatch. We gotta start speeding through some of these because we're gonna be here for like 2 hours.
We're still at the bottom.
Yeah, we're still at the bottom. Okay, let's go into best sports and racing game. I don't race. I'm not a drifter.
Next one.
Yeah. So let's go best simulation and strategy game. Best simulation or strategy game: Dune, Spice Wars, Mario X Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, Total War, Warhammer 3, 2 Point Campus, or Victoria 3. I've heard so many people talk about 2 Point Campus. I don't even know what it's about. It just looks really cute, and I'm gonna say that, or Mario.
But I liked Mario Raving Rabbids. I like the first one. I haven't played any of these, so let me put that on Front Street. But I have seen gameplay of everything except Victoria 3. And out of those three, Mario Rabbids is the best way to get your Overwatch. Not Overwatch. It's one. Not SOCOM. What was that one with the aliens and the war? And
XCOM.
Thank you. It's the best way to get your XCOM fixed without getting brutally murdered.
Yeah, constantly, for sure. Marvel Midnight Suns is like that too, which is something I'm thinking about picking up. Okay, best family: Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, Mario Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, Nintendo Switch Sports, or Splatoon 3.
Best family game?
Yeah.
Probably Splatoon or Lego
I
Wars.
I think Splatoon. Splatoon 3, a lot of people loved it. It looks gorgeous. The colors
Mhm.
are vibrant, and I think it's there. Also sports though. Nintendo Switch Sports. Mm.
I mean, I'm thinking about the whole family. So let's say mom, dad, 30s, 40s, kids is 10, 12, maybe someone who's 5. Um Rabbit seems a little bit too much strategy.
Sure.
Nintendo Sports, you have a good point. Everyone understands that. And only the younger kids are really going to play Splatoon. The parents are going to pick it up twice and be like, what the is this? So that's why my mind automatically went to the Star Wars because I'm like,
Yeah, Star Wars is universal pretty much.
yeah. And that's easy. That's a platformer for the
Yeah.
most part. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would say Splatoon 3 for sure.
You know what? I want everyone to win.
Best fighting game, DNF Duel, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle, The King of Fighters 15, Multiverses, or Sifu. Sifu looked really interesting. Mm.
I'm going with Multiverses. King of
Oh?
Fighters was cool. But like if we're talking about the best fighting game out of everything I've seen here, King of Fighters was cool, and so was JoJo's, so was DNF. But Multiverses got the biggest pop. Is Sifu the one with the panda?
Sifu I thought was it? It was a guy. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't think it had a panda in it though.
Okay, so then I was wrong. I'm going with Multiverses.
I was surprised that not a lot of people knew about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The game, I didn't know it was a game, and I didn't see anybody talk about it. Like there was a lot of fans of JoJo's. Nobody was talking about it. But yeah, I'll go with you. Multiverses as far as this year. Next year, it's gonna be nowhere. But this year it hit the
this year
pop.
it made a big splash. I'll give credit where credit is due. It may be sleeping now. It might be dead next year. Who knows?
Best role playing game. Elden Ring. We finally see that name coming up. Elden Ring, Live Alive, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, or Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
This is when things start getting tough. Because to me, this is between Pokemon and Elden Ring. I think Xenoblade is in a close third, or even second, third fluctuate, but I think it's going to be Elden Ring.
I think Triangle Strategy had a really cool concept and looked really good and very interesting graphics, but I think we mentioned it on the Pokemon episode that this is the only one that Pokemon Legends Arceus is in, I think.
Yeah.
I think that this is the only one that it's nominated for. So I know it's going to be Elden Ring, but I'm going to vote for Arceus.
You know what? Yeah, why don't we do? I'm voting for Arceus
I know.
too. Because Elden Ring will win something else.
They're going to win something, so they don't need to take it. If this is your only nomination, I think that's the only nomination for Triangle Strategy too, but Pokemon Legends, there it is. Best action adventure game, A Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, or Tunic. Best action adventure game.
I know it's gonna be God of War, but I'm voting for Stray.
It's God of War. I mean, I wouldn't even. Well, okay. I don't think the community is behind Tunic as much, but as for like my vote, I would say Tunic is up there because it's a little cute adventure game.
Too. But I love cats. I love every
Stray.
kind of cat.
Yeah. So it'll probably be God of War, but again, voting for Stray. Best action game, Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Neon White, Sifu, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. Best action game.
Probably going to Bayonetta 3. Most likely going to Bayonetta 3. But some of these things have not been nominated for other things. So I'm going to go with Neon White just because I like to do a little spicy. But it's probably going to go to Bayonetta 3. Controversy aside, it's good game. It's good game. It's good game.
Do we see the Call of Duty community actually voting for its game? Like, do you think they'll be like, we're not voting for our game because y'all need to fix so and so?
I mean, maybe, but not. I will say, or I would like to believe that video game fans are just a little bit more educated. And if you see something, like if you like shooters, you like a broad selection of shooters. And if one of your favorite shooters is crappy, I'm going to vote for the shooter that's the best. You have some people who will absolutely blind vote and some people who won't vote at all. So I think that they shouldn't vote it on.
So that one's up in the air. Best action game, I think, for me. I'm not too
Okay.
sure. Neon White looks cool. I know it's probably be Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
Do we need to go over best VR game? I don't play any
I
VR
didn't play
games.
any of those, and Among Us in VR sounds like terror, and I don't know, man. I'd crit my pants.
There was a video of somebody scaring a little kid in VR, Among Us. I don't think we looked at it, but innovation in accessibility. So this is games that have accessibility innovations that were really good. As Dusk Falls, God of War Ragnarok, Return to Monkey Island, The Last of Us Part 1, or The Quarry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's gonna be God of War. That's all I was gonna say.
I was gonna say God of War 2, but it also reminds me of when we had J-Rock on the show when we talked about accessibility in games. So it's like, what accessibility did you charge extra for it? Let's talk about, is it built in, stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't have any sort of context on what they put in for the accessibility, but people are gonna see God of War and be like, God of War.
From what I saw, I think The Last of Us Part 1 and God of War Ragnarok, there was just an abundance of settings that you could change for color, for sound, for different things like that. I know for sure Last of Us Part 1, and I think it was more of like the visual settings for God of War, just to help visually impaired people. But it's more like that. It's not actually like accessories or anything. It's just abundance of settings that you could make the game best for you, because everybody's different. Best community support. This is recognizing a game for its outstanding community. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, or No Man's Sky.
I feel like this is No Man's Sky because I can there's 3 communities in it I know are toxic, so I'm confused.
Okay. Yeah. No Man's Sky. I was gonna say Final Fantasy 14 because of how big it was, and everybody was so nice. I played Final Fantasy 14 for so long. Played 200 hours of it, and I did not run into somebody that was mean. And I was on the Reddit, and I was everywhere, and everybody was just so nice. And I was like, oh, this is so different. Like, this is so dope.
I played Final Fantasy for like a hot 3 seconds. So I don't have like anything in it. And the only other thing I know about Final Fantasy 14 is that there was this clip going around of some girl taking down this other girl's like, you called us crap on your stream. We all heard it. I'm so glad that we're not raiding with you anymore because you're the reason why we kept wiping. So have a good night. F you. Go to hell. I was like, oh my God.
Dang,
but now that I'm thinking about it, I've never met someone, even when we were doing raids and I was like shit in the bed. So I was like, you know, it's okay. Just make sure you move a little faster.
Dang, she should have leveled higher. I don't know. Maybe she should have leveled higher. I don't know. Maybe just
get better gear, scrub.
Attune your gear, Jesus. But I don't know. Do you say No Man's Sky?
No, you've swayed me. Final Fantasy 14 is gonna be my answer. I said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it was just really good. I'd never heard of. That's why it surprised me. I haven't heard anybody from the No Man's Sky community.
I just feel like that game's been out forever, and people are clearly playing it. You know what I mean? I've seen people be toxic in Apex. I've seen people definitely be toxic in Destiny. And Fortnite can be a clown fiesta at times. I'm like, it can't be those 3. It cannot be those 3.
Oh, best mobile game. Apex Legends Mobile, Diablo Immortal, Genshin Impact, Marvel Snap, or Tower of Fantasy.
That's rough.
Honestly, I just figured out right now that I'm a mobile gamer because I played all of these. I've played all of these on mobile. Yeah. I remember what I picked. I really enjoy Marvel Snap right now. I really enjoyed Tower of Fantasy for a hot minute. I know a lot of people are going to pick Genshin Impact, but the Apex Legends mobile team has been doing some amazing things. They're a different team from the Apex Legends main game, so they're adding a lot of stuff that the main game doesn't have. And I'm like, yo, this is cool. So I think I picked them because I like what they're doing over there. But
I'm actually going with Tower of Fantasy.
Ooh.
I do like Genshin Impact, and I was gonna pick Marvel Snap. However, Marvel Snap just came out, and if you're not like a card person it may be the learning curve may be a little hard for you. A lot of people really still like Tower of Fantasy, and a lot of the gripes people had with Genshin and Yohoverse, Tower of Fantasy, for the most part, has been able to fix that and make it exactly like Genshin, but different. So my vote for that one is Tower of Fantasy.
It looked gorgeous. I played it for a while. Looks fantastic. Love it. And like they said in the chat, Marvel Snap is very good. I'm almost at collection level 1000, so I've been playing it.
I don't even know what that means.
That means Cresta. That means I have pretty cards. I'll show you my cards
Hell
later.
yeah.
Best indie game: Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, Stray, or Tunic. Best indie game.
Ugh. I have my top 3, and my heart's going to be broken no matter who they pick, because these are really good games.
I think I picked, when I did my official vote, I think I did Cult of the Lamb just because
that is a good game. That's my number
I really liked
one.
it, but I really just want Stray to go home with something. So I
feel that same way for Tunic. I feel that same way for Tunic.
Yeah, we've seen Tunic a couple times already. Yes,
but it's hard because it's like, when you have Tunic in the same category as Stray, and I like puzzle games where you have to find something to go do this, and Tunic is very much that, and it's beautiful. So is Stray, though, but Stray more people played. And if it's probably gonna be Stray, but damn it, I want Tunic to win something too. I want Cult of the Lamb to win something too. It's the first time I've seen Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, I think that's the only time other than one more. What are y'all's thoughts? Let us know. This one's a pretty hard one.
Yeah.
Going on to the next one, best ongoing game: Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, or Genshin Impact.
Fortnite. I'm kidding. I just want to say that.
Honestly, I think I picked Destiny 2 or Final Fantasy 14 because Destiny 2, people are still playing that. People are still hyped about it, and it doesn't seem. It seems like it's got on the right track and stayed there. I think people that are enjoying it are enjoying it. People that are playing it are enjoying it. Same thing with Final Fantasy 14. They just did another expansion recently. I think that there's nothing bad that could happen to this game, and I just think it has everything going for it. So Final Fantasy 14, Destiny 2, but I know the most player base is Genshin Impact. So
I mean, even that being said, I would go ahead and say there's an argument really for Final Fantasy 14 winning that. Again, I am not a Final Fantasy 14 player, but the rating, the modifications, everything I say behind that though is Fortnite, because Fortnite always got a new season. They had Ariana Grande, they had Lil Nas X too.
They had everybody.
They had everybody. So
when can we get Gaming Gone Weird skins?
Come on now. I do like Genshin Impact, but a lot. As someone who used to play, a lot has fallen off. The gacha was fun, and now it's no longer fun. So I'm really going to give that one to Final Fantasy 14, because Destiny is good, but I feel like more people play Final Fantasy 14. It's been going on for 9,000 years at this point. You can't get better than that.
Yep. Games for impact. This is for thought-provoking game with a pro social meaning or message. A memo. Oh, I don't know any of these.
I don't know any of these, so I'm going to close my eyes. Memoir blue. That's my favorite color.
Memoir blue. We love it. We got to keep going. Period. Best performance, voice acting, mocap, etc. Ashley Birch from Horizon Forbidden West. Charlotte McBurney from A Plague Tale Requiem. Christopher Judge from God of War Ragnarok. Man Engage, Immortality, or Sonny Soljic, which is the boy in God of War Ragnarok.
Christopher Judge. That was the guy I was talking about from Stargate, that one episode when we did it. So yes, absolutely.
It's Christopher Judge. He's got to go up there. He's got to say boy.
He did that one year. I think it was last year.
Yeah.
Boy.
I saw the TikTok. Yeah. Best audio design: Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, or Horizon Forbidden West. Best audio design.
I've played absolutely zero of these, so I don't know. And plus, I play with my game sounds muted. Shoot me if you must. But
what are you watching? What are you listening to?
My friends in Discord yelling at me, calling me an idiot, or listening, or having something on in the background. Lil Nas X, Star Walking.
You have no audio? How do you know what's going on? Oh no, Cresta.
I'm smart. Okay, so fun fact: when we play League of Legends, people are like, you don't hear that Scion ult coming? I'm like, no.
I'm gonna be more like Cresta. That's toxic. I love it. I love that. Like, what do you didn't hear that cue? You didn't know?
Eve go invisible? We all heard it.
Well, then you're the wrong person to talk to about best audio design. I'm gonna
I'm the
pick, I
worst.
don't know, Gran Turismo 7 wild card. Why not? I like cars. Cars go vroom. Best score in music: A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Metal Hellsinger, or Xenoblade Chronicles 3. This is the only time Metal Hellsinger's up there, and this is what they should win. Best score in music. Each level is a song in its own right. It depending on, I'm so flustered because it's so good. I think you came in on a stream when I was playing it, but
yeah. Oh, I know exactly what game it. Yes. No, that one wins. Period. Bar none. Because it's a literal music game.
However you yeah, it's a music game. Each song, they had a bunch of famous musicians play for this, and each song, depending on how well you're doing, it changes. Depending on what's going on in the level, it changes. It's so good. Metal Hellsinger has to win it. Shout out to Matt Galley, he recommended it, and shout out to the sponsor that bought me the game. Best art direction: Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, or Stray. Best art direction.
I do like Horizon Forbidden West. I did like that art
That looks
style.
so pretty.
In comparison to everything else, that and Stray are the only ones that are ever variant. Everything else is very pretty. Everything is very pretty. But these two art styles were just different. Pretty, but different. I want to say Horizon Forbidden West. I do like that art style. I do. It's different. It's different.
This is one I don't think Elden Ring has the upper hand on. I think everything else has an upper hand, or everything else, Elden Ring has the upper hand on it. But for this one, I just don't think Elden Ring's that pretty.
In comparison.
In comparison to the other ones, I mean, you could say that the art designs of these characters in Elden Ring are ugly pretty. Like, oh, it's so beautiful how ugly it looks. But Scorn looked really ugly too. So I don't know. This one's up in the air for me. Any of those really. Best narrative: A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, or Immortality for best narrative.
Ragnarok, because
God of War Ragnarok,
that
we don't gotta give it.
Yeah.
It's gonna win it. Has a great story. Best game direction. Best game direction, which is different than Game of the Year. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality, or Stray.
This one again might go to God of War. However, I will say that Stray, as far as a game direction, if there was a Stray 2 or something like a sequel prequel, a lot of people would play it. It was such a good story. Kind of with God of War, we knew where this was kind of going. The name of the title is literally Ragnarok. I know what I'm getting, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably going to God of War though.
It's tough. Yeah, I think for these top ones, it's going to be a toss up.
Yeah.
Just depending on whichever one got the most votes, really how the question hit somebody's ears, like, oh, do you like the direction of this game, or do you like the direction of the story when of this game? I mean, it could go many ways you can interpret best game direction. I'll say Elden Ring just to be different than you. But game of the year, this is the one.
This is the one y'all been waiting for.
A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, or Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I know a lot of people still play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Don't know anything about it. But shout out to Stray for being up there. Yay. Okay, what do you think?
I want to give a special shout out to Horizon Forbidden West and Xenoblade and Plague Tale, because to quote Vince McMahon, no chance. That's what you got. And I'm not saying that because you're bad games. By no means. You are a 15 in a room of 25s. And Stray is a 24, and that hurts my heart. I love Stray. I want Stray to win this. However, this is really a fight between Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok. And it's only a fight because God of War Ragnarok just came out. And if it didn't just came out, sorry, Elden Ring. I don't know. I think this is going to God of War. But going back to our God of War episode, how fair is that you just came out? I don't know.
I would feel so bad if Elden Ring doesn't win Game of the Year, because they had it. They had it for so long. Most of the year, we've talked a bunch about it, but We're going to see it on Thursday. We're going to figure out who actually wins. Next week, we're going to go over some of these winners next Saturday. So if you want to know and if you're like, I want to know what they think about who actually won, come back next Saturday. We're probably going to take a look at that as well next Saturday. But who do you think should win all of these categories? There's a ton of categories. Let us know. Send us a KYN chat, kynchat.com. It's going to be in the description of this video, or a super chat if you're like, I really want this one game. I'm in this community.
Duper flying through the sky.
Yeah, so those are all the categories. Those 31 categories. We got through all of them, but we still need to get the answer to the question of the day. Cresta, what was the question of the day one more time, and what was the answer to it?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in case you missed the question of the day at the top of the show, the question was, during the very first Game Awards, what game won Game of the Year? Your options were Bayonetta 2, Dark Souls 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. Again, that was during the very first Game Awards. What game won Game of the Year? If you're watching this later on YouTube, wherever you have us on your Gaming Gone Weird devices, I hope you wrote down your comment already, because the answer is Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say, when I saw this question, I was like, I wouldn't even know. I thought Bayonetta 2 kind of just came out as Bayonetta 3. The years kind of just meld all together. And the clue was that the first Game Awards were in 2014. So try to piece together. But I do remember Dragon Age being the hot shit back in the day.
Cresta, where were you in 2014?
My house.
I mean, like, mentally.
State of panic.
That was Gaming Gone Weird. Don't need to say anything else. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on this channel. We come here and enjoy and be weird about video games every Saturday. We would love for you to join us again next Saturday and for forever, because we're going to be doing this forever. Leave a like on this video, hit that thumbs up so that they know that you like us, and we can get put into the YouTube algae, and they could do stuff in there and be like, oh my God, they're doing so great. They could be #1 on YouTube with your like. But I appreciate everybody being here. Cresta, where can they find you on the internet?
My house. I'm kidding.
In a state of panic on Twitter.
In a state of panic in my house. My name is Cresta Starr. You can find me on Twitter at Cresta the Star for as long as Twitter's going on. Because by the end of the year, we all gotta go to Bumble or whatever that is.
Bumble?
Not Bumble. I have Hive.
We all
I know it was
finding
a
dates?
B app. I knew it was a B app. It was Hive. It's Hive. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Anywho, you can find me anywhere you could type Cresta Starr, except for Twitter, where it says Cresta the Star. If you head to my Twitter, there is a Linktree bio. There is a Linktree link in my bio that you can click, and you can find everywhere what I do. On Thursdays, I cover the post-impact show with Joe Pearl over on Fightful. And Mondays and Wednesdays, you can find me over at twitch.tv/Cresta Starr, watching Monday Night Raw and Wednesday Night Dynamite, respectively, with you. Jules, where can the lovely people find you and engage in your content? Consume the human that is Jules.
I'm on the internet, Jules the Human at JULES the Human on all social media, on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I stream over there. I also have another podcast called the Jules and Matt Anime Hour, where me and Matt Galley, we talk about anime. We're done with Black Clover. Get that out of here. We're going to be watching a new anime called Gatchaman Crowds, and it's our first time watching it, and we're going to give our opinions, and hopefully I like it, because I'm stuck with it for 3 weeks. And we talk about anime over there. It streams live on Twitch on Thursdays, and it's put up on my YouTube channel after that. So if you want to go check out some of the other podcasts I do, youtube.com/JulesTheHuman. But here every Saturday with Cresta, being weird and talking about video games. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.